Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's profound topic, Ancient Father. It is very, very important to me to start with the question, open your microphones and share, if you wish, with 1 to maximum 5 words. What do you feel? What do you sense? What comes to your mind when you hear Ancient Father? What is that for you?
It's the sky and the sun.
The sky and the sun.
To me, it feels like something that I want to reconnect to, and I've lost a sense of what it means.
Oh, wow. Oh, I get goosebumps. Thank you.
I see the Ancient Father as a protector, but also a guide.
A protector and also a guide. Was that Martina?
Yeah, that was me.
A protector and a guide.
When I feel into it, it feels like a very deep, wise, humbled strength.
Fire and air, and I'm not sure what Ancient Father is, but protection. Yeah, I don't really know. So lost connection, I guess, a lost connection.
Creator.
I think for me, I actually feel both the ancient mother and father in my body, and my body changes as I connect with either one.
Thank you all. Dana, did you say something and I didn't hear it?
I said creator.
Creator.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your mic is a little low. That's why I sometimes have to.
I'll turn it up.
Anybody else? All right. I think it's very interesting. Creator, and that's the bridge and the marriage I would like to go into today as well. Is Ancient Father and Ancient Mother are the source, both. The Creator. And thank you so much for bringing in the desire to reconnect. I think your presence is a very conscious presence in this very moment. You feel the call for the remembrance of Lemuria, to reconnect to Lemuria. And I find it very important to connect to Ancient Father, because that's the topic of today's 7 days of rest. And I think it's very, very important that we proceed. And the proceeding is really the growth into the new. The awakening of the Lemurian essence within ourselves. Ancient Father as Ancient Mother, they have been kind of like materialized in nature, in natural or nature beings. I had very, very profound encounters with, especially with rocks, mountains, and water. And these, I mean, especially mountains and rocks, there are many places on this planet where quite close mountains and rocks are like couples in our understanding, in our today's understanding. They're like couples. And in many places, we humans have separated them or disturbed them with roads, with factories, with whatever, with our busyness. It's really the busyness. I have, in many places, I've brought them back together or have harmonized the place as such that the interruption of the humans is not as strong anymore. But that's a very important mentioning for ourselves, because our feminine, masculine, our remembrance of the ancient mother and father, and then beyond, is within us, and that wants to be remarried. Just a little, yeah, I'll come to you in a second. When you see the movement that has begun in the 60s, there was that rush of feminine. But the feminine is very often misunderstood. There is very much masculine in there. And it's what we want to release now. That ego, the so-called ego, that's within both, within the masculine and the feminine, within that ancient, or we need to go back to that ancient mother and father to then move forward into the new. And that's what we're going to do today. Nela, you wanted to ask a question?
I wanted to share. I have special experiences. So most of the time when I'm standing on a little bit bigger rock, my system, my body, not my body, my spirit started to travel to other places. So it was like, actually I got subconscious and I made like a small journey. And I just wanted to share this because I felt like these rocks are also like a portal to the spirits. And I wanted to, I just was wondering about the 4 elements, because for me, air and fire is the father, water and earth is the mother. I don't know how much construct is in there, but it's like what I found for myself. And I love this, like the sky is like a shield, like the protector, and the mother is like the, I don't know, like the lake, which nurtures us. So like the ground. So I love this picture a lot, and it just came to me now. Thank you so much. I just wanted to share this with the rocks because I was very touched, and I wonder why the rocks are like such transmitters or portals. And also I feel stones and the energy of stones a lot. So actually the mountains are the mother, or but they're a portal to the father. So it's interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your very intimate sharing, and we appreciate it very much. It is that some mountains and some rocks are masculine and some are feminine. for example, Mount Rigi here in Switzerland is a feminine mountain. It's one, I think it's worldwide the only mountain that really is officially called the Queen of the Mountains. So even our people before us realized there must be something. She is feminine. There must be something, because otherwise they would have called her the King of the Mountains. I mentioned 2 days ago that we laid out the remembrance sign up there, and before that and through that move, there was a very strong calling to lay it out up there, to nourish our planet with the first wave of Lemurian feminine. And as I was preparing and as I was in the preparation for this whole thing to start, there was Mount Pilatus showing, which is on the other side of the lake. And actually they do see each other. So that's also a couple. And Pilatus is masculine. So we could really say Mount Rigi is ancient mother, or is one of the showings as ancient mother. And then Mount Pilatus is a showing of ancient father in this case. And we have connected them. I also put a remembrance sign on Mount Pilatus, but only in, thank you, Nela, but only in a metaphysical way yet. And they're so connected. And I mean, my mom lives in that area, and she said she senses that something has been done, and she is 81. And she didn't say because it was me. She doesn't do that. So it's very interesting. Awai just drove by there again last week, and she sensed it too. There is really that connection now, and that reconnection feeds into the planet. So I think that's a very interesting share to begin with. So if you would like to ask or share something else, the time would be now. If not, then we're going to journey and make that. We'll see where it takes us. I would like, before I start, I would like to, Dana, did you want to say something?
Yeah, just briefly, when you spoke, I was thinking about some mountains that I really loved in the Pacific Northwest. And those mountains up there, like they just, as soon as I catch them in my sight, like everything stops and it's just the mountain. And so Mount Hood in Oregon strikes me as a very feminine mountain. And then Mount Rainier in Washington strikes me as masculine. And then my very favorite, Mount Baker up in northern Washington, seems to have both masculine and feminine. So if anyone's familiar with those mountains or wants to look them up, those are
that's possible.
That's how I perceive them.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Just some little note to the Lemurian masculine. The Lemurian masculine is something that I was just called to awaken. So it's a very delicate energy still, and we will see where it takes us. It's for us to start allowing the Lemurian feminine and the Lemurian masculine to start reaching us. It's a process for everybody. We cannot go from one to another. It's impossible. I also sense how delicate it is, how much is being given onto the planet. If there is too much being splashed on the planet at once, most of humanity couldn't take it. It's too much. So we really need to allow ourselves that process and just humbly open ourselves and wait. We cannot do this by a wanting perspective, out of a wanting perspective. We just need to be humbly there and just wait until it wants to come to us. So we will see where it takes us today. But first we're going to journey to the Ancient Father and then move on from there. Alrighty? Everybody ready?
I want to ask a quick question before we begin.
Yes, please.
Realistically, was Lemuria more focused on the divine feminine than the divine masculine? I know there was probably a balance of both, but just from my own research, I kind of got the vibe Lemuria represented the divine feminine of the world, and Atlantis represented the divine masculine, or was it a bit of both?
That's a very profound and interesting question. Okay, let's weave it in here. I would say in the very basic, that has its truth. But since I have experienced the Lemurian masculine, there has been, or there is, I'm saying where we're going to, there is Lemurian feminine and masculine, which, when we travel on, they will become one. So the quality of Lemuria, how it was back then, I don't even want to go back there because I'm called to move or to guide into the new. So, but what happened is when the Atlantean came in, the ego came along. And it's very important to not mix masculine with the ego. Because the ego is in masculine and feminine. And I find it kind of like a little bit of an abuse when we say ego is masculine. Can you go with that? All right. And it's also like I said, was it in my newsletter or in one of my last videos? I said, many say we're going back into the Atlantean age or into the Golden Age. But actually, that's just a step in between. We're moving further. We're moving into a Lemurian quality and then beyond. And like, as it is told or as it is out there in the field, it's like Lemuria is everything. Yes, of course, in comparison to where we are today, yes, it's everything. But we go beyond that. We will go beyond that. So I think it's very important that you are aware that, yes, we go back into an Atlantean quality, but that still contains like the ego part. And if we want to, I think the reason why you're here is you want to let go of the ego. So you are very important to release ego as fast as possible. And that's an everyday process. That's really an everyday reflection about your way, how you are standing within your life. Reflect all your actions, almost all your actions. And sometimes we do still need some of these qualities that we can still stand within this 3D world, but let's transform wherever we can. And that's a very big field where we can already transform and let go of the ego. And one thing, for example, is when we are gathering in our calls, listen with your heart and participate with your heart and not with your head. That's one big step already. Because we want to know so much. But if we start to open our hearts, then we start to receive and understand much more and much faster. And right now in these transformational times, yes, we do sometimes need our head to control our mindset, to control our old behaviors, to control our old thinkings, and to even control our mind-controlled approaches. All right, do you understand? Susan, very good you're here. I let you in later, even though I don't do that, but it's very good you're here.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had a conversation going on with a high priest shaman from Bolivia. I couldn't
all
stop.
all good, but it's good that you're here because your amethyst is calling you.
Yes, I know, that's why I'm here. I have to postpone more, but it was so vital, my conversation with him, which weaves properly to yours.
Yes, so. And whatever we had until now, you can listen to after. Yeah. Okay. I'm very grateful you're here. And I was wishing that a man would be along with us today, but it's probably through you, Susan. There is no man here, but that's okay. We include the man. I've been working on a metaphysical level very intensively, and I know they will be coming. They still need some time, and they're kind of like stubborn, but we are stubborn too. We are also stubborn with our masculine side, or with some of our masculine within us, we women. So be aware of that as well. That's another place where you may use your head and mind to control that, because our masculine side needs some healing as well. Big time. So, are you ready? All right. I wish you a beautiful journey. If you wish, drink some water before we start. And then find your seating position Maybe that's in a lotus or half lotus or just crossed legs. Or maybe you're sitting on a chair and then you have your feet firmly on the ground, about a foot or a little less apart. Our spine is like a chain of pearls. So each joint is a pearl, and we put one pearl on top of the other with the beautiful waves that are in our spine. And remember, the spine goes all the way up into the skull. And then we pull up our shoulders and roll them to the back so our chest is open, our heart is open. We take control over our breath. Inhale on a count of 2 and exhale on a count of 4 or longer. Exhale double as long as we inhale. And as we exhale out or into and then out of our heart. Whoever knows their crystalline heart space, those 2 in our circle, please breathe through your crystalline heart space. The ones who know about their crystalline heart space, those 2, and whoever listens to this after, please lean on back to your cathedral. And Susan, you're invited to go in contact again with your amethyst geode. Lay into it, lege dich hinein, or lean onto it. Everybody else, just go back into your heart, breathe, exhale through your heart. You're invited to take a journey to Ancient Father. Who is Ancient Father for you? Maybe that you had a perception or a feeling before when you were asked. As I play the drum, you're invited to go on your personal journey again and ask Ancient Father to guide you, to show you what your Ancient Father is all about, or who it wants to take or where it wants to take you in this very moment. And as you travel there, ask for reconnection, maybe. So as we are sitting here, we are all together asking Ancient Father to please come, introduce yourself and take me to wherever you would like to take me in this very moment. We're very thankful for Ancient Father to take us by the hand and guide us to that place or to those places. We express our deep gratitude out of our heart that it has been here for all these years. Our souls have taken their journey to bring us here. You're invited to really feel that gratitude deeply. And then you're invited to communicate. I am now ready to take the next step. If you are. You will always remain within that gratitude. Yet Ancient Father is telling you to turn around and take the next step whenever you're ready. It may be now, it may be sometime in the future. If you are ready now, please do turn around. And as you do turn around, you find yourself in a circle. In a circle of beings ready to take that step, that next step. The circle is gathering around a solid, big crystal, greenish, dark greenish on top with some sediments on it. It's actually a mountain crystal, a white mountain crystal, very wide, with a lot and lots of smaller white mountain crystals around it. And on top there is some green sediment. There is a bright white light within the circle, welcoming you. Maybe you feel a little bit of a queasy stomach, just like before a test that you will pass or something like this. And that's good, because you're about to take a big step forward. A big step towards the co-creation of the new that starts within you and within yourself. You may open your heart and just take in from that white, bright white shining light. Behind you there is the Remembrance sign supporting this process. You may sense it in your back. It's support for you exactly as much and for whatever is right for you in this very moment. I, Lemurian High Priestess, walk around the crystal, holding my knife in my left hand. In a huge humbleness, in a huge humbled gratitude to be called to hold the circle. And to now invite you to receive your first Lemurian masculine quality. The first washing, or the first light, or the first whatever it is that comes to you right now. As I walk around the crystal again, pointing my knife to all the hearts that are gathered in this circle. And that's way more than who is physically present. Also, animals are here, and plants, to receive this first. There are just no words of masculine quality of the Lemurian remembrance. All you may do is just open your heart and keep it open. Maybe your whole body is receptive. And these moments are supported by this absolutely gorgeous crystal within our middle. And please just stay with this as I send it further around the planet into planet Gaia and into the universe, into our solar system and beyond. Let it further nourish you, reach you as you listen, or as it is supported through some more sound. If you may, let us, feminine and masculine, the Lemurian feminine and the Lemurian masculine, join and go spiral together in a spiraling dance. Maybe a dance around your spine or within your middle or in any other part of your being, inside or outside of you. If you may, if it doesn't feel aligned, stay with the receiving of the Lemurian masculine. Again, I walk around the circle, this time from soul to soul. My knife is before my heart, and my hand reaches out to your heart. May the quality of what you just have received be well protected. Love. You are love. Please Say to yourself, I am love. I am love. It's all around you. It echoes through your whole body, through your whole existence. You're invited to deepen your breath. I am love soaks into your physical body. As it brings you back into your body. And whenever you're ready, move your hands and feet. Take a few deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, open up your eyes. And be back here. You're invited to take a few large sips of water. Drink a lot the next few days, as it is very important. And when you fill up your water bottle, just put this in there. Just think back to the moments you had and let them splash into the water. And if you can, or if you wish, inform your water with the remembrance sign. Drink it as warm as possible, if you may. But it's very important to drink quite a lot over the next few days. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being here, for being on your journey, for walking on your path. Thank you so much.